Hi there, continuing on with the styles collection in our traditional wedding rings. These are all plain bands and there's lots of different styles to choose from. So we've already gone through most of the styles. So we've done D-shape, slight caught, flat caught, soft caught, flat, and beveled caught. And now we're on to traditional caught, which is one of our biggest sellers. As you can see, there's a lot of styles and it gets confusing. So we've done a video of each style. And we've also done a separate series of videos to show the weights, which is the width of the ring. So watching a couple of the videos, you'll get a good idea of what to expect when you order from us. So let's start off looking at the traditional caught. And as the name suggests, it's traditional and it's a very classic style that's been around for a long time. And you really can't go wrong, and it's one of our biggest sellers. So this ring in a medium weight would be by far our biggest seller. This one's representative of a heavyweight ring, which is approximately 1.8 to 2 millimeters. They all do vary. There's so many different styles and so much information, but you can find all the information on our website. So what you'll find with the traditional caught, it has a rounded out outer edge. It's not as rounded as a D shape. It's pretty much a squash D shape. Let me explain. So it's got a slight rounded edge, and the inside it almost looks flat, but it is slightly rounded. So you'll see, you can almost feel it. It's got a very slight rounded inside for comfort, and it's got a traditional rounded outer edge. And the actual edge of the ring is more pointed. So if we compare it to something like a soft caught, you can see the soft caught isn't quite as rounded, but it is more rounded on the edges. So you can see the edge of that is more rounded, whereas the traditional caught is a little more pointed. So as the name suggests, soft, it's all soft and very comfortable to wear. Traditional caughts, they're a little bit thinner, so they're a little bit less expensive. They do have slightly more pointed edges, but there's the actual cross section, there's the shape. Hopefully you can see that, and the wider rings give a better example of how they look. And I'll try that on quickly. So there you go, 8 millimeters traditional caught, and 7 millimeters. I'll try and give as much information in this video as I can, but I will also go through the depth of the rings in a separate series of videos. Here's the 6 millimeter. You'll find there's some marks on the rings because this is the sample set for people to try on. So not exactly representative of the finish that you would get. The finished pieces are hand finished to a very high standard. You also notice some lettering on the inside, which you don't get on the finished pieces. This is just to categorize our own samples. The finished piece comes with a Hallmark from the London Assay Office on the inside. These are all made in London's Hatton garden to a very high standard. But the prices are very competitive, especially for UK manufactured jewellery. So that is the 5 millimeter. I don't think I tried on the 6 millimeter. There's the 6 millimeter. And just in case I've lost track, here's the 7 millimeter. So I'll move down to the 4 millimeter. doesn't quite fit, but hopefully gives you an idea of how it looks. I'd say my small pinky finger is similar to a lady's engagement finger, ring finger. And here's the 3mm. And 2.5. And the smallest in most of ours, or all of our rings in fact, is the 2mm. So with the narrower rings, you can see it actually gets a more pronounced curve on the outer edge. And then again, it has slightly less rounded on the inside edge. And I've said this in all of the other videos, so apologies if you've watched more than one video, but there is really no rule of what ring width or depth or size that anybody can wear. Traditionally, ladies would go for the 2mm to 4mm range, and that's only to match with their engagement ring generally. So if you've got a 2mm engagement band, and you want to match the wedding band, you can choose the most closely related style and width and go for that to try and match it. But some ladies do like to go for a contrasting width, so they might have a more narrow engagement band, but then go for an 8mm, 7mm, 6mm wedding band, and that gives a nice contrast, and it's a little bit more contemporary. So it's really personal preference. You can choose any. The whole set's unisex, so never be afraid to go for whatever you decide. And so that is the traditional court. I hope that's been informative and I haven't left anything out, but we're always here to help if you have any questions. We do give a 30-day returns policy on these. If you need to exchange the size or the style, that's no problem. Just give us a call. The number is 0800 002 9905. I think I've said it so many times, I'm actually forgetting it myself. But you can also email us, which is usually best because it keeps all the information in one place. We can send you links and images if needed and price quotes. And you can email us at sales@lloydsjewellery.co.uk. And if you go on our website, there's lots of options on there. If you can't find what you're looking for, you can get in touch for a price quote and more information. There's also a little chat box at the bottom left of the website. You can click that to get in touch. So thanks for watching. I hope that's answered all your questions, and get in touch if you need any help. Thank you.